Get some more light in here. There we go. How's it going anyway? Oh, who's in here? Well, nobody's in here. So, yeah, we're just killing time here today at, what is this? The Hickory Run truck stop right off of 80. Why? Because I basically got screwed on a load. That's why. It's been, let me see something here. It's been, let's see, I got here around like 10, not even that, around here around like 9 o'clock in the morning. Maybe 10:30 in the morning, something like that. I had a run out to Mount Vernon, New York, which is Yonkers. And basically got screwed coming back. I went to go take like an early lunch here, like around 10:30, 11 o'clock. And what happened was I was assigned a load that didn't deliver until 1 a.m. in Long Island City. So, that being said, I was like, well, I gotta probably take a 10-hour break right now to be able to get home, because I was trying to at least get home tonight to, take out the trash, do normal stuff, because right now I'm only like 20 miles away from the house, something like that, maybe 30 miles. Let's see, LTL Money. He says, "What's up, Jackknife? Was up in the Northeast all week." That's what I'm doing. I'm basically stuck doing New York loads, I guess you could say. That's what I'm doing. So it's going to be a pretty shitty week. It's going to probably be a very shitty week. I can already see it. Because like I said, I was supposed to go out to Long Island City, and it was a relay load. They canceled the load. So, well, really, it just got pushed back. It got pushed back. Something either happened to the truck or the load, or it took too long to get loaded. I don't know. Something stupid like that. So now I was told to just sit and wait before I came off my break, because they're going to get me another load. And finally at like, 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, they gave me another load, which is a 7 a.m. delivery out in Long Island. Not Long Island City, but out in Long Island, the Cisco out there. I think it's called Lambertville. I don't remember. It's past Hicksville. I know that and everything. I forget the exit number, but I got to be out there at 7 a.m. So usually to get out that far out on Long Island, that's a 2 a.m. 2 a.m. start, something like that. But I'm already past 4 p.m. So if I go off duty at 4 p.m., I can start. My 10-hour break starts at 2 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, I'm already past that to finish up my 10-hour break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an 8-2 split. I'll probably sit here for about 8 hours, and then I don't know. I'll probably get home around 8 o'clock tonight, maybe 7 o'clock tonight, and I don't know, pretty much after I'm done bullshitting on this live, really was when I'm going to get done. Yeah, and I'll be able to get home. I don't know. Just things have been very chaotic around here. Just the first day back after being on vacation, if you want to call it that. Pretty much just sitting at home, doing normal, what do you want to call it? Honey-do list, I guess. It's, I don't know, it's just kind of pain in the ass, because usually when my week starts like this screwed up already, it usually means that the rest of the week is going to be, horrific. I really would like to, gone down to like Hendersonville, Walmart, or let's see, the where the hell do I go? That one place down there in Richmond. I think it's no, it's not a U.S. Foods. It's oh shit, who runs that? I think it's a Reinhardt. Maybe it's a Reinhardt that runs that facility, or maybe it is U.S. Foods that runs that facility. But I don't know. Shit's not looking good here again. I mean, I know it's just the first day back, but usually, like I said, when my week's is screwed up already, it's you know, it's just a shit show for the rest of the week. But you know, it is what it is. I've been watching, you know, a couple YouTube channels, and nobody really's got anything good to say right now. Like I was in Snorlord live this morning, and you know, he said that it seems like things are tapering off again for loads, unless you're like in Georgia, I guess, or whatnot. But you know, overall, I guess he said that you know, rates have kind of tapered off again. You know, it's like a little up and down spiral right now. You might get a few good loads, you might not. He was talking about looking at like dollar a mile loads, $1.85 a mile loads. I don't know, it just doesn't look good again. Like, it's supposed to be, you know, I'm supposed to try to get on here and tell everyone that, you know, things are going to be all right. Just like Just Trucking or whatnot, you know, says, you know, T's and P's, thanks and prayers, you know, for what we got. And, you know, as of right now, you know, it's not looking good because I'm on a dedicated carrier, and it doesn't look good here with Tyson. Just the way the loads have been coming out lately. The one guy I talked to who's also been running the same lane as me, this carrier, you know, also on this carrier, you know, he said he's been working every other day sometimes. And I've been watching Tyson sitting around a lot, also down at the yard down there. What is that? You know when you get off at High Ridge Industrial Park there off of 81, you know how it has all the side parking and the ramp parking? All right. I've noticed the last week or so that I don't know, what do you want to call that? Junction, I guess you want to call it, interstate, you know, the ramps and whatnot. There's no trucks parked there like there usually is, and I know they have no truck parking all over there and everything, but it's just dead. It just seems dead. This truck stop I'm at now, the one in Hickory Run, usually what is it? It's like 5:30. There's tons of parking spaces, you know, and usually this truck stop's full. You know, I spent a lot of nights here. Usually what happened when I used to do oversize out in Long Island, I would come back to go over into Hazleton, and I would run out of hours. I would go over my 14-hour clock usually, and I'd be stuck here just before Hazleton, and it would always be full. You know, especially at like, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock at night or something like that. Whenever I would get back, depending on, you know, my hours and stuff. Let's see. We got a couple. Actually, you know what? Probably could read off here. We got a couple comments in here. Let me try not to skip everyone here. Let's see. Nicholas, are you still on that dedicated shit? Yeah, I'm still on the dedicated shit. It's dedicated nothing right now. See what? I can't read because of damn slashes. Sipper Triance? I don't know. How do you do? Let's see. T-Bone saying, what's up, Nick? Nick's saying, what's up, T-Bone? Sir Sipper is saying, T-Bone, what's up? T-Bone headed to your neck of the woods again. Let's see. Nick's still talking to him. Everyone's talking to T-Bone. Yeah, and then Nicholas says it's all bad. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of all bad now. I mean, there's guys still making money, but it's just majority of which, even the people I know, they're just saying it's like at a standstill, and I don't see the economy getting any better too, because you know, I've been looking at pickup trucks here now for like the last, I guess, year since I sold my old pickup truck, and I bought this beater for $750. This beater, second gen Dodge Ram, and there's 24 2013s, 2014 Ram pickup trucks right now with like 130, 140,000 miles on them, going for like 7 grand, 7, 8 grand. Which I definitely remember over a year ago, these same trucks were priced at about $12,000, $15,000, and they're being sold for $8,000 or $9,000 right now. Which I kind of kicking myself in the ass right now, because I would have probably went and just bought a newer truck with a Hemi in it instead of a second gen Ram for $750. Which now I'm putting what am I putting in it? I'm having a flywheel put in it because the flywheel's cracked. So it's at the transmission shop right now. I should have just done it myself. I'd have saved myself like at least like 800 to $1,000. But I don't know. I ripped my my bicep a few years ago, and I have a gravel driveway. It just doesn't sound like a fun job. I've done backyard mechanics before, and I'm getting older. I don't feel like getting hurt, having the transmission smack me in the face or something like that. It's just not worth it. Let's see. Trucking with T-Bone. Michigan to Indy was a shit show today. Nicholas, Tyson is running good out west. 750 ain't bad if it's a 4x4 drive. Yeah, it's a 4x4. It's not the club cab. It's not the quad cab. It's the club cab. The back then with the second gens, you could still get back seats in it without, remember the Broncos, how you had to slide the seats forward? It doesn't have the club cab, so you have to slide the passenger seat forward for my kids and stuff to get in the back. But to be honest, for what I paid for it, I'm going to put a wrap on it. It doesn't have, like, the frame's not really rusted. It's got, the typical rocker, the rocker rot, which I'm fixing right now because with the slip-on rockers. And yeah, it's going to look okay when I'm done with it. I'm only going to try to maybe put I don't know, like $1,500 into it for what I paid for it. It's a second gen. If I really want to turn around and sell it after wrapping it, it probably could sell for $2,000-$3,000 maybe. Because the interior is mint. Like, it still has the original dash and everything in it. It ain't all busted out like most of them. And it's got the 5.9 in it with 410 rears. So it moves pretty good. It sucks down fuel, tomorrow. But, it's what it is when you have a 5.9. Let's say Sipperfy. Let's see. I paid 24 grand for a fully loaded fully loaded Wrangler Sahara in '94. I can't believe they're $80K. Man, they're like $100,000 now. I just was reading the other day the Chevy Silverado. Like $100,000 they're talking about for Chevy Silverados. Now I'd imagine it's probably a hybrid or electric or something like that. I didn't really read the article, but I was like $100,000 for a Chevy Silverado. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, I know the average home price right now is like $400K, almost $500K, but for a Chevy Silverado to be worth, to be selling for $100,000, sorry, I'm real thirsty. My throat's dried out. I'm just I don't know. It was a long day. I started at 1 o'clock, and I haven't really gotten much sleep. Just kind of I don't know, just one of those days. Also, I had to stay up to try to make sure I got a load. Check with the dispatch. Be like, hey, we got a load yet? What's going on? Is it there yet? Is the relay showed up? Should I start yet? Because like I said, when you're watching your hours like this, you got to keep on that. So it's just a pain in the ass. Typical reefer life. Let's see. Dirty Diesel, what's up, Jackknife? Trucker with T-Bone. I could have sold my 2013 Ram last year for damn near $20,000 with just Uber 100K. Just under 100K, you mean? Let's see. Hey, T-Bone. Let's see. Dirty, what's up? Yeah, cracked dash pad, it's common. Let's see, dirty diesel. Bought to grill some burgers, cooking some burgers there. But I just had India food. I just had tikka masala, spicy tikka masala. Oh, and some garlic naan bread, like garlic naan. Yeah, it's not bread. That's what naan means, bread. I love the Dakota RT with the 5.9 in it. Do you make more than company driver after expenses? Yeah, I'm still making more than a company driver. Not last week because our settlements are a week behind. But last settlement was $3,800 after not yeah, after all expenses, including taking the money out for the truck. Um, but that's like right now that was a good week. All right, that was a good week. I mean, I've had better than that here lately too. Still, it's just it's just sporadic. It's very erratic, and then you'll get a really shitty week. Like I can already tell that this week's gonna probably be shitty, just the way it started out. Um, because at first they were going to switch my load that I went to Mount Vernon, which is Yonkers, New York, pretty much. First they switched it out. They were going to send me back up. They were going to send me up to northern New York, like up to Albany, which I would have been fine with because at least I would have made some miles. Then they switched that back and gave me the Mount Vernon again, last minute. And so, I was prepared to get some sleep that night, but then when they switched it back, I was like, well, I got to get to the truck and go to sleep and just, I slept in the truck, where I parked it last night because, the kids were up. It was like, 6 o'clock. I was like, I need to get some sleep if I'm going to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And, I got shitty sleep too. That's what I hate about reefer, like, especially with the way things are being scheduled. It's so, it's so chaotic with the scheduling right now. It's like putting a strain on me, on me generally. Just it's hard. Like it's hard. It's like I say before. I'm kind of like a slave to this truck almost. Um, I could, like I said, I can take weeks off. I can do stuff, but if I like start rejecting loads and whatnot, and they start giving me the shit loads and well, they're already shit, but they start overlooking me and stuff. I'll start falling behind. I don't want to start pulling out of my savings to pay for this truck. That is not what I want to do. I've been continuously trying to take like 2 or 3 steps forward, and I'll get knocked back one or two steps, depending on the week. But for the most part, it's not all shit. Like I do have good weeks. All right. The problem is when I come on here and I'm bitching about, like right now I'm bitching. Guys are thinking I'm like ready to go down the toilet, and I'm not necessarily ready to go down the toilet, but I'm definitely sitting on the toilet, if you know what I mean. It's but that's a lot of guys right now. A lot of guys are just sitting there, struggling, week to week. Sometimes I'll have a good week, sometimes I'll have a bad week, and I hate that. I know it sounds silly. I'd rather have all shit or just continuously run of good weeks, because it gets you you're prepared for it. When it gets like this, back and forth, you're just not really prepared for it. Man, I got a lot of comments coming in. Shit. I should have pulled the laptop out. That's what I should have done. Let's see. Nicholas, yeah, that's stupid. LOL. F the four-wheelers. Just kidding. A motorcycle. Yeah. Yo, I tell you what. I've been looking at Harleys too lately, and freaking Sportsters. I remember Sportsters. You couldn't even touch like a 2005 Sportster for like under $8,000, or if it was like laid down 10 times and like caught on fire. But now they're shit. I'm signing like 2008 Sportsters and stuff for like $3,500, $4,200 and stuff. Nightsters. I'm finding. So I don't know. I know I'm complaining about not having money, but those are some good deals. And even then, if things come back, and people start making money again, I can still turn around and sell that stuff probably for a decent profit. But the way things are going, it's definitely, if you have money right now, it's definitely a good time to buy and probably hold on to a few things. I mean, I don't know how long this little economic downturn is going to last. But I've been saying the same thing about trucks right now. If you can afford to buy a few trucks and just have them sit around, um, it's probably a good time right now. Like if I had the money, I would probably try. I have a place to stick at least 3 or 4 or 5 trucks maybe, and if I felt confident enough to do it, I would probably do it, and either lease purchase them out or try to. I do have somebody that has a dealer license that I could probably maybe work something out with them and sell them, but it's definitely the time right now to get some good deals on some stuff. Like I said, those Harleys, I'm definitely thinking about buying one. Nam bread is awesome. Yeah, I get the garlic Nam bread. It's Nam. It's not bread. The name Nam means bread, I think. So I try not to say Nam bread when I'm ordering. So I just say Nam. Nam is pretty great. Let's see. Wheel Burner Express. Hey, what's up, Wheel Burner? Hey now, hope all is well. Yeah, I mean, it's as well as anybody can do right now, Wheel Burner. It's still shit and everything. Nicholas saying, what's up? Let's see. Bill, I did New York City, New Jersey, Long Island, and Connecticut. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily mind doing that stuff. Once a week, maybe twice a week, but to have it done like every day to go over there for week on week, it's not that I'm scared to do it. It's not that necessarily I don't want to do it. It's just the stress, because every day is something different. You have somebody freaking trying to knock you off the road, trying to go underneath the truck, cutting you off. It's just accidents and shit. It's just that constant bullshit. I don't know how people do it every day. Like even when I was making really good money, like when I was doing oversize over there, I didn't want to be over there. Like who the hell wants to be over there? It might look good, like just initially going over the GW Bridge in the morning, looking at the nice skyline, the beautiful sky, and the cliffs and shit. But once you're over there, it's it's just the people are ignorant. It's just total like ignorant people and stupidity. Sipper, let's see. Now I want some chicken sawara. No, I never had that. I usually try to stick to what I know, because I know there's there's that chicken though that they got chicken taka. I don't know. It's like a super spicy, not necessarily spicy, but it's spiced. It's like almost like a red. It's red like chicken wings. I don't know. I like eating them too. I can't remember the damn name. Nicholas, y'all, yeah, hello, y'all, and New York shit. Yep, New York is shit. Wheel Burner, everyone's saying hi to Wheel Burner. SST, yeah, that's probably how I should say it. SST. Let's see, Bill, less boring than driving through the Midwest, but also more frustrating. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends where I'm driving. Like, if you're in North Dakota and stuff, yeah, it gets boring. But, like, just generally the Northwest, like, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio and stuff, I never really got bored. Let's see, wheel burner. A lot of guys have a toilet permanently strapped to their asses. Yeah, that ain't that the truth. I'd rather be bored and frustrated. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Josh? Always just killing time. Yeah, we're always just killing time over here. We're never making money. We're just killing time. I don't know. Dispatch today has been all over the place, Josh. All over the place. And I don't necessarily think it's their fault. Maybe it's the drivers or whoever's delivering the shit. But, it's kind of screwed me. I'm kind of like stuck between my hours right now. Like, if I didn't have the ELD and I had paper logs, I'd be home right now. I would definitely, definitely do some creative logging, basically. Let's say Nicholas Earl. You can get a Harley for a good price. Yes, you can right now. Get a boat too. I've been seeing like Chris Crass and stuff, cheap, like $6,500 and stuff. Mid '90s Chris Crafts, with like 427s in them and shit. All inboards. See, wheel burner. It's fast. The fastest way I can think of, T-Bone, to get rid of all the chickens I'd be eating. Yeah, I guess talking about the Indian food. Let's see. Trucker with T-Bone, wheel burner. You must be intrigued. You're in the channel that the guy that delivers chicken. Yeah. Hey, Sterling Wheel's in the house. Get on. Let's see. SST, Sterling, he's saying hi to Sterling. Let's see, what's he saying? Just saying hi before my video premieres. Oh shit, I didn't know you had a premiere there, Sterling. Let's see, Trucking Reviews, Josh. Why are you not getting pics of the Eclipse? Because this is what it looks like outside right now. It just looks like a cloudy, shitty day. That's why. There's nothing going on. Just typical, typical truck stop shenanigans out there. So, what's funny about all that? Like, there was like one or two news reports that said it's going to be cloudy and shitty for the Eclipse, at least in Pennsylvania, and like actually along most of the Eclipse path, I guess you want to say. And there's only like one or two news stations that said, might not be able to see it. It's going to be cloudy. Everyone else, though, was like, oh, the Eclipse, go see the Eclipse and everything. Like, I was looking at RVs to rent for the weekend because I'm trying to go to Maple Grove Raceway to watch the, the Street Outlaws event. The TV show Street Outlaws. And I was looking at the RVs to rent, and, they're all rented out. They even have a spot for, the Eclipse, renting for the Eclipse. I guess that they're closer to where the Eclipse might be, and they're all rented out. And they were charging for a 2-day rental between their like cleanup fee and everything. You're talking about like $1,500 to $1,800, $2,000 for 2 days to rent an RV. They were jacking prices up like no tomorrow, and I could tell the New Yorkers were buying RVs and trailers. I mean, not buying, but renting them like no tomorrow around here. So they all went out and did that, and there's what they got. They got, woo, cloudy day. Maybe with a few peaks of the sun, maybe they got that. But for the most part, it's just been a cloudy, shitty day here after, after like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think the peak here was like 3:30. So I think it was more, I think the news and the news probably kept it on the download. But I don't know. I think it was more of just letting it go for the economy, to help the economy out. Because they should have just came out and said, look, it's going to probably be cloudy. You might see the eclipse. You might not. Don't get your hopes up. Instead, they've been like nonstop. Oh, the eclipse, see it. And it's, it's freaking overcast. Shit. SST, premiere time. Hey, what's up? Drone Jones. Drone Jones is in the house, man. He's always popping in here. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna get off here. I don't want to screw up Sterling's live here or his premiere. I don't know. I kind of feel bad when I end up going over people, except when I go live. Somebody else's live, I already know that DIY and Cash is gonna get a hell of a lot more people in there than I am. I just lately, if you've listened to my or watched my my channel here lately, my vlogging and stuff, I just don't have it anymore. It's the nostalgia of YouTube has kind of left me, I guess, and the work I've been doing, the way I've been working, I don't have the energy, the energy. I don't have the energy to carry on a good conversation or put out the educational videos that I have been doing before. like getting in tongue twisters. I'm saying a million times. Another big one I've been saying is yeah, like Uh, I guess trying to relate things to everyone because I'm hoping most guys kind of can relate, but it's just what do they call it? Charisma. My charisma is like taking a shit here lately over the last, I don't know, month or so, and it's just what happens out here on the road. Sometimes you get months where it's shitty, or you get worked to hell, and you just don't you don't feel like per se. I'm not trying to say I'm like mentally unstable here, but I'm just saying work trucking can be shitty sometimes, and put you through some stress. And it's not necessarily even money troubles. It's like I said, the hours, the wondering if you got a load or not able to plan your day, plan things out. Let's see, Dirty Diesel. I'm in Ohio, and we're in direct path of the total. It was cool to see. So you actually got to see it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I saw a lot of people in Erie were complaining it was cloudy and stuff. Um, I don't know. It was off and on. Some people got pictures of it. I guess it depended when you were deciding to look outside or whatnot. But like still, they were making a really big deal about it, and at least here in Central PA, it's been, I think you might have got maybe to see a little bit of it, but you didn't get to see the full. I think we were going to get like 90% or 95% right here of totality or whatever it is. But I don't know. It'll be around again eventually. Just like I don't know. Is that Comet? Man, I should have just sat in a chair. I got the freaking turnaround chair there I usually sit in. I don't know. Is that Comet, the Devil's Comet? Is that supposed to be able to see that tonight? Well, I guess I ain't going to see anything, but supposedly they're supposed to be tonight, I think, or tomorrow, somewhere right around the same time as this Eclipse, Devil's Comet. I think it's got like a huge tail or something, if I remember hearing about it correctly. Losing my voice. But I don't know. It's just trucking's just not fun. I mean, it was never really fun, but you could all like when I first got this truck here. I had hopes for it. I didn't think it was going to fall apart as much as it has. I mean, it hasn't really been that bad. Let's see, I got like 106,000 miles on it, and let's see, technically, if you think about it, I've lost a total of between the $600 and some dollars I paid last time for the stuff that was out of warranty, and the labor for the stuff that was technically out of warranty that I got warrantied. And the days off I missed, or the lack, the downtime, I should say. I think I probably have lost like $4,500 or something, or $4,200 because of this truck, which is nothing. Because with my 9400, that last year, I think I spent like $36,000 in repairs between the rear cab bushings, suspension work, the pitman arm and all that stuff, the center link, the radiator, the injectors, labor and everything else, tires. Yeah, I spent like 36,000 or something, 38, somewhere around in the ballpark there, plus all the downtime. But the problem was, though, I also didn't have a huge payment. I could breathe a little bit if things started going wrong. I could breathe a little bit. If things start going wrong here, like if this truck sat for 2 or 3 weeks, I would be very irritated, put it that way. Like if it broke down and it took them 2 or 3 weeks to get it into the shop, I would not be very happy about it. Not at all. But like I said, so far, knock on plastic. Everything here is plastic, Freightliner basically. It's been running good. It's been running real good. Still getting like 9 mile to the gallon average, 10 mile to the gallon sometimes. But that right there, that's for me between the 9,400 and just the fuel savings alone, I'm getting like $400 back in my pocket every week, just about 300 to 400 bucks, which it kind of makes up for it. It's just if loads would stay steady. If I would get the loads that I wanted or have gotten before constantly, um, I'd be very happy here. And I'm so hesitant to move or make any decisions. It's it's ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous. Like if I try to, every time I like today, I'm pissed off that the way dispatch has gotten and things. And every time I start looking for somewhere to go or think about calling DIY or whatnot, I I sit here and I think, if I move, and it's always a process to move between carriers. You're probably talking about at least a week of not doing nothing, maybe more. Do I really want to lose that money? Um, it's the same thing I got when people were like, "Oh, go restart your authority. What, you can't afford it? Blah blah blah. You don't have nothing in savings or whatnot." If I pull my savings out, or I start making huge purchases, or moving, doing things, buying plates, buying trailers and stuff, if something were to happen, like the truck have a problem and it sits for 2 or 3 weeks or whatnot, that savings, like I would have to have like $100,000 for me to be able to be like, oh well, I got a whole month maybe, or like 2 months, 3 months or something where I could sit around doing nothing. The amount of savings I got, if the truck broke down for like 2 or 3 weeks, plus me spending money, like if I was buying trailers and had extra stuff financed and stuff, like it wouldn't take very long. You're talking about maybe a month or so, maybe a month. That there'd be a huge chunk of the business savings gone, and I can't afford, and I don't want to take that chance, like especially with the authority, with the brokers and all the new requirements they have. Like, sure, I might be able to get a broker low here, where I live. Playing around, calling like a million brokers and seeing if somebody will sign me up. But then what happens when I get out to Texas? What happens when I get out to like I'm trying to think of a big area where like CH Robinson has or whatnot. Like I guess like the Chicagoland area. CH Robinson a lot, and all that. Well, now I have under 6 months of my authority. I need a load, and just so happens all the loads that I see that are either paying well or going the way I need them to go are CH Robin loads. Well, guess what? I can't do anything with that. I might have a dedicated load that went in or whatnot. I might have made money, but now I'm sitting here stuck in this particular area because this brokerage controls a good amount of the freight or what was left of the freight there in that area, and now I'm screwed. I either have to sit for a day or I have to head out. And I'm guessing maybe people don't realize what's actually happening out there, especially with insurance and stuff too, like that. They've gotten their authority, years ago, or during the pandemic, and it's just not the same. It's not the same. You can't just make whimsical decisions and stuff like you could before and get away with it. Everything is tight. Money's tight. The regulations are tight. It's just not worth it to take the chance. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to get. I'm paid by the mile anyway. So as long as I got loads and I'm moving, I'm making money. They're not taking a percentage off of that. I mean, they probably are. I just don't see it. But I'm fine. I averaged last year like 262 a mile, which is pretty damn good right now. Considering most guys are lucky to get $2 a mile, at least from what I've been hearing. Like even Snorlord said, $2 a mile is like you're doing pretty good right now. But I don't know. See, I usually try to plan, except for when push comes to shove, I'll make irrational decisions and I'll just try to stay afloat or whatnot. But for the most part, I try to plan things out. And the way the economy is right now, and the way the trucking industry is, it's so hard to like get set on a certain plan and go into a certain direction, because you don't know what's going to come. You don't know what's going to happen the very next day, especially with, like, it's election season. Uh, if, like, let's say the Biden administration doesn't, get kicked out, all right. Obviously, the EPA is going to keep being the EPA, and we're going to have more and more strict regulations put in place. Um, More and more trucking companies are going to get swatted. Yeah, swatted for emissions deletes and things like that. Um, and it's just going to make this end. I mean, it might be a good thing. It's going to thin out the herd, but to be honest, there should be enough to eat. There should be enough to eat, but there isn't. Uh, and it's all linked to everything. I mean, we're all interconnected with the economy and stuff. And like I said, if you look at the truck prices, like the pickup truck prices I was talking about, or the Harleys and stuff, you can tell that people they're, I wouldn't say they're desperate. I mean, I guess they are. They're trying to sell stuff, and at bottom dollar prices, at least what they were, and even pre-pandemic, looking at some of these trucks. I mean, I know they're older now, but they were like 15, 16,000, $18,000. Because I was looking for a truck. I was even looking prior to selling my pickup truck. I was looking for a new truck, and I couldn't exactly. I wasn't exactly going to go take $45,000 or whatnot and go buy a brand new truck. That's for sure. Like, I can't believe just a regular tradesman is that much, like a tradesman pickup truck. At least with 4x4 and quad cab and all that crap. But it's just, inflation is through the roof. People are just trying to sell off a lot of stuff just to get by. But there was an article I read the other day that said like 75% of Americans are living on credit right now, and they're worried that what's going to happen is credit's going to, they're gonna worry that credit is, what do you want to call it? It's going to like collapse here, because eventually people's credit's going to run out. The people that are using their credit card. I'm talking about for gas. All right, this is what they're talking about: gas, food. Things, necessities. People are using their credit for necessities right now, and you can't continue that. It's like a downward spiral. And I think when push comes to shove, and the economy really takes a hit here, we're going to be hit really hard. Especially with all the overcapacity that we still have. We still have tons of overcapacity. I don't know. I don't know if there people are surviving on the PPP money or the PE, whatever the heck it is. Whatever the hell the PPP loans were and all that crap. I just don't know. Maybe they're working for free and somehow are able to push the creditors off and the repo people and stuff. But we're still dealing with the same thing that we were dealing with like 20 months ago: overcapacity and shortage of loads, except for certain areas. You're basically having to follow the freight, which eventually you're going to end up having, you like when everyone looks at DAT. All right, so they do that DAT chart and all that crap. I have a feeling that chart is about a few days old, and unless you get in on it like the day that freight picks up in a certain area, you usually miss out. But guys are following that, and some of them are making money. Some of them are actually doing good, but eventually you're going to hit an area, or something's going to change, and you're going to have that week or two where you're just making shit money. And the problem is our costs are so high right now, especially with insurance. Like 20, I got quoted $23,000 for insurance, and then the fuel's going up. It's just you can't plan. You can't see a future. Like, you cannot plan in the future. Like when I got hit during the pandemic, when I had the two other drivers and stuff, I had plans to do certain things, get certain customers, and when that hit, it was like taking the bottle of your plans and just smashing it on the ground. There's no way you're going to be able to plan for something that chaotic to happen. Like everyone says, plan for your engine to go. Like even new trucks, except for for the warranty and everything, but plan for your engine to go. Well, in the meantime, while you're planning for your engine to go, you're wearing out your transmission, you're wearing out your clutch. You need rack and you need your pitman arms, your idle arms, your center link, your tires. And since tires, like look at tires, I was able to get eight drive tires for like $2,200, and these are brand name drive tires. This was pre-pandemic. Now you're talking about $5,000, $4 or $5,000 for brand name. You might be able to get some Chinese tires, Road Max or whatever, Road Speed tires. You'd probably get 8 Road Speed tires for maybe like $2,800, $3,000. I mean, in my opinion, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hell, I had double coins on my one of my Cascadias, and to be honest, the drives are great. Actually, no, I had steers on it too. It came with steers, and I ended up putting double coin drives on it. And to be honest, I got 100,000 miles on those tires, and they weren't really rode down that bad. They were still pretty good actually when I got rid of that Cascadia. But it's just, you just never know. Everything's hit and miss. But other than that, I mean, if you plan right and you work hard, and I mean work hard, I mean you put yourself out there every day, and this is where shit kind of comes to a conclusion, like, or whatnot. If you're an owner operator, usually when you become an owner operator, you get into this to expecting to, control your own loads, control your destiny per se, have more freedom, be able to get home when you want and things like that. And if you have a paid off truck and things like that, you might be able to do that right now. But the amount of money that you're not making like you were previously, especially if you shackled yourself up in debt, is, you're talking about a huge chunk of change right now. And it's just, it just hits home. It hits home for a lot of guys. Like a lot of guys are like, oh, become a company driver and stuff. I've been talking to company drivers here lately that there's just no work. There's no work. They're getting sent home early. There's things happening. I've talked to a bunch of LTL drivers where they're saying like it's so slow, it's ridiculous. Let's see, Dirty Diesel. Yeah, pickup truck prices are insane. Yep, right now. Let's see, Dirty Diesel. I'm still at 25/23 on my Iron Head tires, drive tires. They're Chinese imports, and they've lasted longer than my Bridgestones. I'm at 130,000 miles on them. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm perfectly fine with putting Chinese. I mean, it kind of sucks. I don't want to say that, but to be honest, when you get your Bridgestone tires, I think they're made in Indonesia or something, or Japan. See, I used to haul Bridgestone truck tires actually, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they're made in Japan or Indonesia, maybe India. I mean, the only thing you're doing is you're giving the Bridgestone family, well, I don't know if it's Bridgestone family, but you're giving the investors, a boost buying Bridgestone tires. Like, I think Pirelli had some tires manufactured in the United States. Goodyear still has Goodyear plant over there in Ohio. But I mean, there's still certain tires that are made overseas. I mean, you're not really, you never know when you go to get them unless you go into the back with the guy and you go look at the tires and see where they're made. But for the way freight is right now, I don't really see the benefits of buying Michelin right now and all that stuff. I mean, I guess if you have a huge fleet and every penny counts, when you have like 2,000 trucks and a penny a mile or more makes a big difference. All right, but when you're like a one truck owner operator, just keep your costs as low as you can. Yeah, there you go. Whoa, hold on, you spent on 4 hand-cooked steers. Holy crap. It's funny, I did pre-pandemic, I bought hand cooks for for the 2 trucks I had when I was doing the pole work, when I had my drivers, and it was like $2,200 for eight or no, yeah, it's $2,800. It was $2,800 for 8 drives, $2,400 for 8 drives. So you're already, you're basically. I think I paid like $225 a tire, or $200 a tire, something like that. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it was a little more than $2,200 or something like that. I don't know. Actually, to be honest, I was gonna say I had all that paperwork still sitting around. I think I got rid of most of it because my basement flooded and it got all wet and moldy. um, it just sucks. Like, it sucks. It would be different if it'd be different if loads were at least pre-pandemic. Like, I'm seeing some lanes are running like they're not even running pre-pandemic. They're just running shitloads, like $1 a mile, $1.25 a mile. To be honest, I could not consciously take any load that was under like $1.65 a mile. Like, there's no way I'm gonna just waste fuel just so I can get back somewhere. If it don't at least pay fuel and it at least even out, like, I just can't take the load. Like, I could never take $1 a mile freight or whatnot. I mean, I guess if you had something, or if you knew, like, if you definitely had a dedicated account and you knew you were going to get them back for like a $3 or $4 a mile load, okay, sure, I guess you could do it. But at least I don't know. I got to at least have fuel. It's got to at least cover fuel and cover my initial expenses like taxes, insurance, permits, things like that. Maybe not even necessarily maintenance, but at least cover the basics, the truck payment, things like that. That was labor included. Yeah. Let's see, Dirty Diesel. I got eight of those iron heads for $4,200 installed. My Firestone steers have been excellent, 80,000 miles, and they're still going. Yeah, I got 100,000 miles on these Bridgestone steers. I've gotten 200,000 miles on Bridgestone steers before. I mean, I guess it depends. I tell you what, when I was flatbed, that's a different story. When you're going in and out of those job sites where they put the giant gravel, the huge gravel stone down, a lot of them get that huge crust stone because it's so cheap. Hold on, let me see here. My old lady's messaging me. Oh, she's messaging me about a bunch of Instagram stuff. Any of you guys, you got your wives to just send you nonstop Instagram stuff that either relates to your relationship or shows like how dumb men are or something? That's just like typical. I don't know. It's like what she does. It's kind of funny. She'll just send trucking stuff. She's got into that too, sending me trucking videos off of Instagram. She's really it's funny. You know what sucks too is when she finds those Instagram reels where it's a truck drivers talking about how bad it is out there, and she's like, well, is it that bad? She's like, should I start planning for a second job? I'm like, no, I'm still doing okay. But I said, for a lot of guys, I said it is that bad. See, I bought double coins last week, and those were $450 each for double coins. Oh my god! I remember when you could get double coin drives for like $150, and that was like pre-pandemic. I'm pretty sure. Wow, that's funny. Yeah, the cheapest tires I've seen so far for drives and stuff, and for steers, is something they're called. I forget the name of the tire manufacturer, but they're called Speed Max, I think. They're called Speed Max tires, and you can buy a container of them for like $30,000. And I think it comes with like, I think it came out to like $245 a steer or something like that for a container. I mean, that's the way to go if you got like a real fleet and you can afford to buy crap like that, where you got a container full of tires sitting around in any given moment. And that's just the way to do it. Same thing with like parts and shit like that. If you can get some cheap. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, you can go on these wholesale websites, Alibaba and stuff like that, and a lot of these same manufacturers. If you go into like AutoZone and stuff, you can look on the back of these packagings, and sometimes they'll say like I don't know, Wing Chong LLC or something like that, or Wing Chong Inc. In China. You can find those same manufacturers selling like the same wholesale parts that they're selling like AutoZone and Napa and all that. Right there at a fraction of the cost of buying it through retail. And if you could get a hold of that stuff and put some of that crap, you could literally cut your costs probably by a third, or if not half, um, in the trucking industry. Let's see, 2-4. They keep raising prices and shit and lower rates. Small guy don't have a chance. No, they don't. And you know what though? Even look up when you get a chance. Look up ATS. Um, oh man, let me see if I can find it here real quick. I don't have my computer, but I have my TV. Trying to find it. Well, I can bring my computer out, but I'm not going to bring the computer out real quick. Let me look up here if I can find this thing. Because I can't remember the guy's name, but he's the CFO or not the CEO, but he's something pretty big there with the Anderson truck, ATS, and he's been putting out videos about for every quarter. All right, and I've been watching as many as I can. But what he's saying, it's kind of scary about how bad it might actually get. Because they do a lot of flatbed stuff. So, like he was saying, with interest rates as high as they are, that a lot of these companies they aren't building new. They aren't building new facilities, or they put facilities on pause because they're not going to spend the extra money to finance. They'll sit and wait it out until rates subside. Man, I'll tell you what, if I had a keyboard right now, it'd take this so much better. Oh man, I admit. Where the hell's the G at? Alright, let's see if it finds it. Oh, I freaking screwed it up. Instead of ATI, I put ATE. There you go, ATS. I don't know why when you look up ATS, it brings up all those trucking. I guess you could call it the simulator trucking channels. Like, I can't believe how crazy American Trucker has gotten, like, and whatnot. I guess with all the updates and stuff people have done to it, it's actually pretty decent now. Alright, let's see if I can find it. No, it ain't pulling up. I don't know why. It keeps pulling up American Truck Simulator instead of Anderson Truckload Systems. Alright, there we go. Um, yeah, I think what their channel is, I think it's called Over the Road, and because I just saw what it's called, like their channel there, but I don't see the director or the CEO there. But anyway, I forget his freaking name, but he comes up and he basically goes in detail about the down and dirty basically of Anderson truckload systems, and he pretty much goes quarter by quarter on what they're projecting and what they're seeing and their costs and everything, and it's very in depth. Like you don't have other. I mean, I wouldn't say ATS is a mega carrier, but they're up there. You know what I mean? And they basically he goes in detail about the business of a large carrier, and when he says they're worried, and you know if he's coming out and saying it out loud, with obviously other people in the company seeing it, it's not so cool. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily ATS's like fault that they're doing bad. I would say it's just like general, it's the economy. Let's see. KJ, Um, and I'm in Los Angeles getting these tires prices from my local tire shop at the truck stop. Steers are running $700 for steers. Well, I mean, I've talked to guys that are getting Michelin steers and stuff. They're paying like $1,000 or $1,200 for Michelin steers. I mean, I don't know. I used to work in a tire shop. I was a manager of a tire shop, and I kind of got a thorn in my side for Michelin tires, at least in the car industry, because every time I would end up having a warranty in them, or we would get cars, especially older, people that didn't drive, and even ones that did. The Michelin tires, for some reason, they dry crack. They crack a lot on the shoulder and stuff. I've even seen it on semi trucks or on Michelins that are put on like trailer tires. They crack. I don't know why. Whatever compound they use, it does not hold the oils, I guess you could say, or the moisture in, and they dry rot and crack. And I just never liked Michelin after that. Yeah, ATS is a short for American Truck Simulator. Yeah, it's insane. The company's wants to release all 48 states. Yeah, but I mean, ATS also stands for Anderson Truckload, Anderson Truck Systems too. Um, I guess where the hell are they out of? I don't know what state they're actually out of, like their main headquarters. I know something going on in Pittsburgh. I don't know where their main headquarters is at, but it's just I would like to be able to try to put out some videos here for guys that have gotten their CDL and stuff, because what those guys end up watching is they'll watch all the guys that come out here and put on a show or try to recruit them and stuff, and they still think there's like a huge driver shortage and money is out there to be made. I mean, I guess if you do get a job, if you're lucky enough to get a half decent job, and you're originally working in fast food or some retail job, yeah, anything in trucking is going to pay more. But once you realize how much of your life you're giving up, and the mentality of truck stops and people out here, you got to really think about, like, is it really worth it to make a move? You'd be better off going to tech school on at night or whatnot, and learning welding, some other trade, than coming out here into the trucking industry. I mean, I know it's changed people's lives. It's I guess I could say it might have changed mine for the better, especially there for a while, like when I had the two other drivers, and it was me and two other drivers, and the third part-timer guy that I had once in a while. It was if I could have stayed on that steady plateau of slowly going up, it would have probably changed my life. I'd probably have 4 or 5 trucks right now. But the pandemic, and everyone's like, oh well, why didn't you stay afloat and stuff? Why didn't you take all the money? If I would have took all the pandemic money I would be probably in the same boat I'm in now. It would have happened later because load still did not, you still had about 6 months and 6 months of expenses, and then I would have had all that debt to pay back. It just wasn't worth it, at least in my opinion. Unless I could see that the economy was going to come back after the pandemic, and it hasn't. It hasn't. I thought it would. I thought Trump was going to win, and I thought we'd be all right. But look where we are now. Um, we went from we jumped out of the pan into Kool-Aid, all right, and now we jumped out of the Kool-Aid bottle or Kool-Aid jar or whatever you want to call it, back into the pan that now has hot burning oil in it. We're on fire. All right, that's where we are right now. And I don't know. I know, like, if Sage's watching this or whatnot, like, he'll come on there and he'll say, like, look, I got guys here making, $3, $4, $5 a mile doing oversize and doing normal flatbed loads and stuff like that. And yeah, he probably does. I mean, I'm not saying that's not like the problem. It's the problem is though, like, is there more to go around? Can everybody get in on that? No, obviously no. Everybody can't get in on that. I wonder how the hell does this guy break down next to me already? Oh no, it's a tire guy. Everybody can't get in on that, and that's his market. That's what he's doing. So it doesn't show, like, in general, what everybody's dealing with. And a lot of people aren't going to come out here. They're not going to come out here, and they're not going to talk about where they're making money. Like, look at Chase and Andrew Jackson. Look at Andrew. All right. I mean, I don't know if you guys know his channel, but he's done a lot of oil field work. He's a company driver now. He's making like $2,000 a week. He was doing water hauling up there in North Dakota, and now he's doing pilot fuel, running for pilot fuel out there in Tennessee. He put his authority on hold and everything, shut it down, and he's just had his truck sitting. Like, he said, why bother having my authority and running this stuff if I can't really make the money I want to make? It's not worth it. Why lose money or struggle the whole time when I can go out and make company driver salary $2,000 a week? But even he said that it's iffy that you're going to get those jobs right now because everyone else is either already in them or things have slowed down. They're still posting those jobs. Like, there's a lot of jobs I post. I was thinking about just letting this truck get repossessed there for a while, and it wasn't that I couldn't really make the money. It's just I was just getting irritated that the truck was breaking down. I was getting irritated the truck was breaking down, and I do not like making progress and then watching that progress disappear. It's very irritating to me, and I was thinking about just letting this truck get repossessed. And so I was looking for jobs, and I was calling jobs and stuff that I applied for and being like, hey, you look at my resume, you look at my thing or whatnot, anything happened? Like, you could see that they did on 10th Street, and they're like, oh, we're just putting yours, in a file for later on. I'm like, well, why the hell do you have the job posted? Why even post a position if you're not hiring for it? That's what I've been finding out happening lately. And then the few positions I did get, any callbacks on, they were still, they said they were like local or like super regional and you'd be home and everything. But then when you would talk to them, they're like, oh, we can't guarantee, you could maybe end up all the way down here and this and that and that's. And I'm like, well, then just put that it's an OTR position. Don't put that it's a local or semi-local position, because it's not. It's not. You're just wasting my time. I had to fill out your stupid, like the ones that don't use 10th Street and they use their own proprietary HR, what do you want to call it, application. You fill out all that freaking information and then nothing. It's just like the Walmart by me. I filled out the Walmart one. And I talked to a guy that's working over at the Walmart there in Pottsville. And he says, yeah, they have stuff posted, but he says, we're full. He says, we don't even have trucks for some of the guys that are here right now. You know, so I was like, why even post a position? Why waste my time sitting there filling it out for an hour or whatever, or 30 minutes or, whatever. Let's see. Fuel. Let's see, Dirty Diesel. Fuel at Mom and Pop's, and every time I pull into the Loves, it reminds me why I hate chain truck stops. Yeah. You're absolutely right, because it turns into a shit show. Most of the Loves, Loves doesn't make their parking lots big enough. Oh, you know what? There's actually here. I'm going to show you guys. Like, you want to know how to save your trucking business and stuff? You hear the impact gun and stuff? He's working on his own cat. See? That's how you stay in business. Let's see what he's doing. I don't know if he's pulling his tank off or what is he doing, or maybe he's got a DEF or DPF system on there. But yeah, he's got his own impact gun and crap, and he's working on his truck right here at the truck stop. That's how you stay afloat right now. If you can't do crap like that, even with a newer truck, if you can't do stuff like that, that all adds up. That couple $100 here and there for labor and stuff, especially when you do it 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times a year, it adds up. I know I get shit for doing, to be honest, I get shit for doing oil changes at Speedco and stuff. And I've already done some of the math. If by the time I buy the Pat car filters and buy the oil that I can't get in bulk like them, I'm talking about maybe a $30 or $40 savings, $50 savings, not to mention my time. And technically I'm supposed to clock on, I'm supposed to log it. Like, it's just like people just don't have a concept anymore of things. Like, if I could buy oil in 50-gallon drums and filters by the bulk, it would be worthwhile to do it myself. But then again, I also risk the warranty. I risk the warranty on the truck. If I had an actual legitimate shop, my own shop, that's different too. When the warranty companies look through that, like what Prime and them have. And whether or not the mechanics are trained on the equipment, they've gone to some kind of schooling for PACCAR or Cummins. Let's see. SST. The Pumpkin is running radio new. The Pumpkin is running radio new drive advertisements on the radio in the Central Florida, our current area currently. Schneider's running radio ads. Well, a lot of that Central Florida stuff's all like dedicated local work too, probably. Like I said, a lot of these, that's what I was trying to do. If you can get big enough where you can get enough trucks and you can become like almost like a 3PL, where you'll handle the loads going out for a warehouse or whatnot, and they pretty much just hand you the load and you can handle the the BOLs and everything and scheduling. That's the way to get in. If you can get into like a local or regional kind of lane with a dedicated customer, that's how you need to go. That's usually what they're looking for. They're looking to take out their employees from doing that stuff, like dispatching and stuff, and they're looking to just hand you the BOLs and you dispatch them to your own drivers. You take care of all the trucking, the scheduling and everything. And that's what I was trying to do before the pandemic hit. And you just follow the same business model that like JB Hunt and all of them are doing. They're basically turning into the actual transportation managers of a lot of these warehouses. Let's see, SST. Both parties are slowly walking us towards hell. Yep. The one side just slightly faster than the other. Yep, and the other side's just pulling smoke and mirrors and basically, lying to your face. I would say about 75% of that party is, they're basically silent Democrats, I would say. Well, now we know who the party is. I'm trying not to be political. But hey, when it hurts your wallet, sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to. 2-4. That seems to be trucking these days. Get 10,000 ahead, receive $15,000 bill every time. Yep. Let's see, SST. They don't have to pay back certain loans if they maintain their short-handed. Yeah, no, I know. I know some people that have had their loans like the small business loans. Yeah, the SBAs. I know a lot of them where they've just forgiven them. The government's forgiven the loans because they know things did not come back, and they know they're not ever going to get paid for them. So I guess they use taxpayer money, or I don't know, or they just printed this money up out of nowhere. I don't know. Because I know one guy where he had a small fleet of about 15 trucks, and he's in the same predicament I am. He lost all the trucks, he lost the drivers, he lost the dedicated accounts. They all, there a bunch of people underbidded him and stuff. And by the time the market did come back, he had like 3 or 4 trucks left, and tons of repossessions were knocking on his door and stuff for other trucks. He just didn't come back fast enough, and he didn't get the loan fast enough because he didn't want to take it. And he's pretty much in the same boat I'm in right now. Maybe not as he still has 2 other trucks, but he's nowhere near the way he was, and he's paying back a lot of debt. All right, and I think they forgive. He said they forgave like a good chunk. I think like the interest they took the interest on, the compounding interest off. He's still paying on it, but I mean they still helped him out. Let's see, old lady's messaging me. Now I got like 20 Instagram videos I gotta watch when I'm done here. But I don't know. What time is it anyway? I'm kind of running out of steam. I can't complain any more than it is. And like I said, I don't want to complain. I want to come on here and tell guys, like, this is what you need to do. And the only thing I can say is know your numbers, because like nobody does. Nobody sits down. You just take a piece of paper out. Like I had my driver, when I had drivers, I had it calculated down to, I needed to make $728.76 to cover my costs. All right, that includes workers' comp. That includes the permits, my BOL filing, like every year. Like I think I had that down to like $5 or $20 a truck or something like that. Like I had everything down to like the last dollar at least, or maybe even cents. And I knew when I got a load that it was going to cost $728.75 to run that truck before I don't, and that's break even. That's break even. That's before I made any money. That was just with the employee, with the truck payment and everything, the trailer payment and stuff like that. That's what it cost me. And as soon as I remember getting, I got in a big fight with my one dedicated customer at the pole yard, because supposedly I was getting poles and they weren't supposed to be oversized, and then all of a sudden they were oversized, and I got to pull I'm like, oh, now I got to pull permits and stuff. I'm like, you're only paying $800 or like $880 or something like that for this load. I said I was only going to make $120 off this. I said now when having to pull permits and get a pilot car, I'm negative. I'm negative. I said I was doing this for a favor for you guys, and you just screwed me over by giving me. I didn't know these were oversized. You didn't say they were oversized. And they ended up compromising, but I still lost money on that load. I lost money doing that run with the driver. And you know how I compromised? They had their own truck. They had another trucking company going out. That I guess whoever they contract to or whatnot. And I asked the pilot car guy. I said, hey, I said, can you do me a favor and just let my truck in between you two, and go, because it was only going like 75 miles or something like that, or 100 miles. That was 75 miles. Actually, it might not have been that. It might have been like 53 or something like that. Um, and and he said okay. So I had him put I had him put the oversized signs on. I at least pulled permits, and we just used the other pilot car, pretty much. And that's how I kind of got out of that without losing a lot of money. I mean, I still lost the permit money, but um, like shit like that, you shouldn't have to do stuff like that for a car. That's when they started going out and getting these foreign guys that come in with flatbeds that had no bunks and stuff, and they were ripping off they were trying to use pole stakes, and they were ripping off their what the hell are they called, the railings, the rails, the side rails on their flatbeds and shit. Like, they were just doing a bunch of dumb stuff just to try to make these pole loads work. Let's see, SST. The nice thing about oversize is you get to spend the night in a hotel with a escort. Yeah, yeah. Usually a very smelly escort. Yeah. Now, I mean, I don't know. I had fun doing a lot of oversized loads once in a while. I used to take like 120-foot poles or 110-foot poles up to Messina, New York. There's a casino out there. We used to stay in the casino parking lot, and us, the pilot car guys, and like my guys, if they were coming with me, or whoever else went, we'd all hang out in the casino. And the nice thing is the customer, at least at the time, I don't know if they do it. I don't think they do it anymore, but at the time, the customer at least reimbursed us for hotel stays and tolls. And we would stay at the casino, and it was like party night. We'd stay up till like 12 o'clock at night, and usually we didn't have to deliver. We would just tell, because they knew the utility company, the guys there, they knew what we were doing. In fact, a couple of them came out and met us the one time, and we all got together and just shot the shit and gambled, and had a buffet and stuff over there at that casino. But we'd show up at like 10 o'clock, drop the poles off, and go back. It paid well. It paid well at the time. But like I said, after a while, they started hiring. Well, not hiring, but contracting out to these foreign guys, and they would, they would haul the poles dirt cheap on the flatbed, and then they would have a guy come out there with another trailer and some poles, and they would, offload them. So they were paying half as much as what I was charging, especially for oversize. And I don't know how they were doing it or why they would do it. Well, I guess they were still technically making some kind of money, but not what you should be making, doing oversized loads. So the stress and the planning and all the extra costs, and just just the overall ability and to do them. So like hell, they were getting these pilot cars that were coming over from New Jersey that were like rotted out Toyota like Camrys and shit, or and just they would like duct tape the signs to the damn car, and they would throw like a little rotator on from Walmart, and that's how they would do it. I don't know how they never got popped. I'm sure they have, but it just screwed everyone. It just screwed everyone over at the yard there, and then they started requiring us not to do back hauls. Like sometimes I would pick up back hauls at if I had a flatbed, and they're like, "Oh, we need you back. We need you back for a load." So they would give me a load, and they'd tell me, "Yeah, you got to come right back to the yard. You don't do a back haul." Even though technically I was getting paid to come back, that's why I was like, "All right, I won't do a back haul." So I would get halfway back to the yard, or one of my drivers would, and then he'd be like, "Oh, yeah, we have to push that load back, or it canceled." I'd be like, "So you just had my driver, pretty much come back empty, like 300 miles, and now all of a sudden you have no load. Like, thanks, that was great." But All right, we've been here long enough. We've been here for an hour and almost 25 minutes. So I'm gonna call it quits. Thanks everybody for stopping by. You know, if you can, go ahead and hit the like button on the way out. And if you're new, you know, subscribe. I'm gonna try to put out some better content. I keep saying that, but I don't know. Eventually, here I'm not gonna be worked to the bone, I guess you could say, or at least scheduled chaotically. And hopefully, I can start, you know, putting something decent out for you. Let's see who just, hey, what's up, Cheap Freight Hauler? He's just came in as I was leaving. So thanks for stopping by, Cheap Freight Hauler. Thanks for you too, SST, and everybody else, Dirty Diesel and all that. But you know, Jackknife out. All right, have a good night.